So first I'm going to say I did not learn about this on my own. This was brought to my attention by a fellow collector, Mr. Gilbert Rodriguez. So Gilbert, thank you. So Gilbert had asked in our Facebook group, MyMegoLike, if anybody was collecting the Wendy's minifigures, DC Hero kids toys. And I said, are these from the past or current? And apparently they were current. So my daughter and I jumped in the car and we went to Wendy's, obviously. And basically, this is what it looks like. It comes in a, actually, I gotta say, it's a pretty cool bag. I'm going to actually save these bags. I don't normally do it, but, well, reason why, if you must know, if I can find it here, because I didn't prepare for this very well. I put it somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure where I put it, so I'll have to get it for another day. But, it's here somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Probably bad timing. Anyway, so I was, I've been looking, and I was actually able to get a really cool, actually somebody sent to me from Open by Chance, David Leon, and his wonderful wife, Miss LPH, the Lady Pop Hunter, that they sent me over. Oh, actually, it's upstairs. I don't know why it's in the hall of ears. It's like a flattened juice box with Batman, with some Batman on it, Batman illustrations. I think it even had a mask or something. Really cool. And I actually just went looking and started seeing them popping up all over the place. What is up, Mr. Harry Humstone? By the way, Harry, I watched your video the other day when you were picking up the, actually, I watched it last night. I'm so tired. I apologize. You were picking up all the, it looks like you got a bunch of sports cards. Did she give you all of that for $5? The albums, the boxes, everything? That was insane. I don't even collect them, but I know that if you spend $5, they're worth a lot more than that. So, anyway, I thought that was great. I love watching your videos, and thanks for putting them out there, by the way. So, as I'm going through this, I was able to pick these up. They come in a really cool bag. I'm going to keep the bag, yes. It's got pretty cool illustrations on the front. You've got Batman, Robin, looks like Shazam, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, some other characters I don't really know. I'm not really a good DC hero, but on the side it actually tells you who all the characters are you can collect. So there's 6 sets. So I'm losing it. 6 sets. This is what happens when you start to get old. You start to drop shit. 6 sets, and they come in groups of 3. I haven't opened them yet. Gilbert said it reminds him of like the little, I think the mighty mini wrestlers or whatever. I forget what they're called, or the muscle wrestlers. We're gonna look at them in a minute. 6 sets. You've got Batman, Robin, and Harley Quinn. You've got Wonder Woman, Black Lightning, and Artemis. You have Green Lantern, Blue Beetle, and Star Sapphire. You have Raven, Beast Boy, and Slade. You have Shazam, Mary Marvel, and Black Adam. Then you have Zatanna, Martian Manhunter, and Amazo. On the back, just says kids meal, and then there's a little maze on the side. But essentially, I already took the food out, obviously. Just one book of baseball cards. The baseball cards were garbage. Oh, okay. It didn't look like it. It looked like the boxes were, they didn't look like they were from the 60s or in the 50s, but they looked a little bit older. Maybe they're 80s or maybe even 90s. Even 90s now is 30 years ago, right? It's unbelievable. So I'm going to save these for a little bit. Try to preserve them the best I can. But inside each one, you get a package that looks like this. You can see the size of it based on my hand. And no, I'm not really tiny. It's got DC on the top. It's got Batman, the same illustration looks like that's on the front of the bag. And then on the side, 3 minifigures with 3 mini cards. Oh, and it looks like they also come in color variants: red, yellow, or yellow, red, green, and blue, or blue, green, red, and yellow. Look at it reverse. So I guess there's quite a few sets. Collect all 6 sets. They show the figures. Now, I don't think they're colored. They're not painted, if you will. These are just paint examples, and here's your bottoms, so on. There's really nothing there now. It was Don Ross or Fleet 8045. Yeah, I don't know anything about baseball cards. I know my daughter collects Pokemon cards, but she does not take care of them. They look like this. Actually, this is a good example of one. She could have got this yesterday. You can see it's already destroyed. She just piles them in. Her autism, I let her do what she wants, even though we're losing money left and right on them. So let's get this open. Let's see what's inside. But yeah, but good pickups, Harry. I like watching your videos. You find some really cool stuff. Let me see. I was gonna try and open this. See if I can open it from the bottom to be creative, because it looks like these are glued shut. So can I get it open from the bottom without destroying the box? Might not happen. We're gonna see. These look pretty tight. We may have to open that box. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Okay, looks like we're gonna be opening the box. So anyway, let's get something to pry that open with that's proper and appropriate and will work, if I can. If you will. I know I can just rip it open, but unfortunately, after talking and watching people like Johnny Shedrick with his stuff, I start to get feel a little guilty about doing stuff like that, not doing it properly. It does say Wendy's on there, by the way. So they did mark it for Wendy's. Age 3+. I'm gonna see if I can just slice through that glue a little bit. Even that doesn't want to work. They got these glued good. They're not joking around. Oh, maybe. Hang on. Yeah, they got them glued pretty good. All right, well, I guess they want you to open them, so we're going to open them. Yeah, I didn't get to watch the whole video, Harry. Got pulled away by a client. Definitely want to go back and watch. I like watching your videos, though. You find some really interesting. Oh, there it goes, cutting through. You find some really interesting stuff. You really do. You really do. And I love how you narrate it. It's I love listening to you deal with people, like haggling with them a little bit to get your deals. All right, I think, yeah, these are glued pretty well, but our handy X-Acto knife, we're able to start to get open. All right, well, these are, what color are these? Okay, these are, all right, so these are not rubbery. They are hard plastic. Looks like I've got the last set, which is Zatannia, Martian Manhunter, and Amazo. So this would be, now let's get an idea for size. Okay, so probably about 2.5 inches tall, if you will. I'm not going to make any jokes about that. And apparently they come in different colors. So these are wow, these are really bright. I have a feeling the other set's probably going to be the same that I got in the other box, but we're going to open it anyway. Why not? Maybe I'll get lucky and Batman will show up. Who knows? Let's see, but they are pretty cool. You know, my daughter loves to go to McDonald's because she loves chicken nuggets. She's basically mostly the mind of a 9 or a 10-year-old or a little kid when it comes to that. So I don't have a problem with it. And I always say, let's go to Wendy's, because I actually prefer the food at Wendy's better. I really do. I think it's, I mean, it's still a corporation, but I feel it's fresher. The burgers are better. I don't know, I just kind of think everything's better there. But I never see them advertising anything. So I finally decided I'm going to load up. Yep, got the same ones again. I decided I'm going to load up the Wendy's app. Oh no, these are different. Same color. Sorry, same color, different figures. Okay. So this says red. I don't see. That says, well, maybe I'm reading that wrong, but it's really a very bright pink. Oh, hold on a second. There's something else inside. So inside the package, of course, are the mini cards. So they're very cartoonish. You have Shazam, and a little bit of some facts about him. Billy Batson, where he's from, Philadelphia. And then this is the one I just got. Black Adam and Mary Marvel. And that's what we have here. So we have Shazam, again, in the same color. And looks like Black Adam. And what else do we have here? Mary Marvel. They're actually pretty cool, I gotta say. And then the cards, I guess, go back into this sleeve. My daughter would probably love these because she just loves cards, but she'd have them destroyed in less than 5 seconds. Destroyed and lost. Like a child. Let's look at the cards in the other one because I didn't see them. They're pretty cool. I mean, I think the whole meal for the kids is like, I think it's like $5 or something. Martian Manhunter. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off. Oh, excuse me, Zatanna. Sorry, not Zatannia. I'm sorry. I don't really know these characters at all. I'm not a huge DC follower. Amazo. Assume that's Amazo. Yeah, these are the Wendy's version of their Happy Meal toys, Harry. And the whole meal, it's like a junior cheeseburger, 4 nuggets, small French fries, and a drink. It's like $5, and then you get one of these boxes. You get the cool bag. So it looks like I've got these and these. So I don't know if that means they already rented these 4 series and I'm late, or for some reason they're starting at the back. But then of course they got them in different colors. So to make things even more fun, now you can really start chasing things down. They're actually quite cool. They're here. Let's get here's the Lone Ranger's Tonto figure, and here they are in comparison, just about knee high. All right, so you get an idea how big they are, if you know what these guys are. Yeah, so this is their kids meal, and you just order the kids meal and it comes automatically. They don't even ask you what you want. So I guess boys and girls get the same thing, which is fine with me. But yeah, there you have it. There's our little toys. So I haven't been doing so much as lately on here. It's been a little busy at work and conferences and so on. I'm desperately trying to catch up. We're able to hire somebody else to help, but he has to be trained, so that takes a little bit out of the day. But we're getting there. We're getting there a little bit at a time. But I have been actually sorting. This is such a mess. I'll give you an idea because of what a mess it is here. So I've been going through and taking all these boxes of stuff and sorting them into bags. If you take a look over there, there's bags that have some, you guys can see it over there. There's some Big Jim stuff. There's some knockoff Big Jim stuff. There's some Mr. Action stuff. And I'm trying to sort them by hats and, you know, who it was, if they're knockoff guns or G.I. Joe guns, or some official ones or anything. I mean, bags and bags of the stuff to go through. And trying to sort some of the stuff out and then figure out where it all goes, because there's just tons and tons of pieces. Like, there's the top to what was probably a Hot Wheels car, maybe a Matchbox, but that's a canopy for something. And you know, there's the occasional odd piece like this. What is this for? Definitely not a mess. I noticed some Star Wars stuff. I just picked up the original Darth Vader helmet in the box. I think that was a nice little find. Wow, that's awesome. I'm afraid to ask how much that was, Harry. How much was that? That Star Wars stuff, by the way, on the wall, those are just signs and stuff that light up, and those are some of the newer figures, if you will. Most of them came on clearance, so I bought them on clearance because I'm not a huge Star Wars collector. Let's see if you guys can see it. So all the way up, I can't really see it. It's over there. I think I'm pointing at it, or next to it, is IG-88. That's like a $29, $28, $30 figure at Walmart, and they went on clearance to $12. I'm like, I like the Mandalorian. I'm going to get it. Matter of fact, the Mandalorian is probably my favorite Star Wars character now, more than anything else. And I've got some of those. I like the idea that they did some of the figures in the old style, though they're not really old. But I do have some stuff over there from maybe the early 2000s or 90s that I've been given and so on. I have one original Stormtrooper up. I could show that to you if you can see it, but let's see. Where's the mirror? Okay, right above, there's a Stormtrooper next to that Darth Vader sign that I found at a flea market here in Englishtown, and I forget what he wanted, $10 or $15. I'm like, I'll take it. He was a little yelled up, didn't have his gun, but I don't care. They were my favorite Star Wars figure as a kid. And Harry, I had the, $15. That's great. That's great. Good deal. Wow, congratulations. When I was a kid, I had the Palatoy half sphere paperboard, if you will, Death Star, which goes for so much ridiculous money now. It's unbelievable. One piece can be like $100 for one wall. I mean, it's crazy. But I lived overseas, so we didn't have the American one here. Yes. You found that in Englishtown? Harry, you found it in Englishtown, you said? Are you from around here? Because, yeah, I got that figure in Englishtown. Are you from around here? I thought you were, like, down in Virginia or something. You sound like you have a bit of a southern accent to me. If you're in New Jersey, wow. Especially if you're around here, geez. My God. Let's see. I got mine from yard sale. You said Englishtown, that's why I'm... Oh, actually, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize I said Englishtown. I'm sorry. Yes, Englishtown, New Jersey. That's correct. So it's Englishtown, New Jersey. It's about 20 minutes from here. So Rhombus is one you want to check out. Rhombus is one. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. That's great. That's great. Yeah, but I'm sorting through these pieces. I did get some really nice stuff from Mick Drago. Like, Here's a Tonto figure. He has both of his guns. He's missing the bottom half of his leg, but his outfit's really nice. Here's the one that I had. And there's actually a difference in the color. You can see that he is more of a reddish tone to his color than this one. This one is complete. He's a little bit light, like just even the differences in it. So I'll wind up at some point getting a leg for him and fixing. I've done them on Lone Ranger. They are not the easiest figures to fix, I can tell you that. They are some of the big pain in the ass ones because they're pretty much glued and you sort of got to open it up. I went up there a couple times. Thursday's a good day to go there, but yeah, you got to go early. Oh, Columbus, yeah. Yeah, Columbus is good. Columbus is good. We have another one over here. It's, what is it called? My God, I forgot. But I got one that's not far. There's actually a guy who has a toy store in there. Most of his stuff is like, I think it's 90s and later, maybe some 80s. But occasionally he does have some Megos in there and old Megos and some G.I. Joe stuff. I bought a G.I. Joe Shark. I have one, but I think he wanted like $10 or I bought it. And I did buy a $10 Mego Superman that was in okay shape. I gave that out to Danny Gates, who was looking for it, so I sent it off to him. But yeah, no, we're going through some stuff here. You can see there's some stuff on the floor I'm still sorting. Some stuff over here, I was sorting it into piles. And I gotta get it all sorted out. I'm bagging it into Ziploc bags, getting it, I have a ton of them. And then I know where it is and I can start making my rounds because I'm finding pieces in these piles that are, some are original Joe, some are not, some of them are Barbie, some of them I have not identified yet, but I'm starting to find pieces in here that, like I found an outfit, I think it was, is it the Action Man one or something? I found a really, like a mint outfit, and I was talking to some of the guys about it. I said, is this original? There's no way. This thing is like brand new. It must be a remake. No, it's an original, and it's an amazing shape. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I put it away over there. But it's got the they call it the fortune cookie tags in it for G.I. Joe, and or Action Man, I forget. And it's an excellent shape. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing here. I'm cleaning up. I'll give you guys a little tour if you want. It's been a while, I guess, but yeah, it's been a bit of a mess. We'll do a quick tour. Let's do a quick tour. I'll flip this around and we'll do a quick tour of what we got going on. So I did put up some extra shelves, and I purchased some of these games. I got all of these games plus Superman, Batman. This is Superboy. This box is in really rough shape, but it's just cool artwork. And I got those for, I think, what did I pay, $10 for them or $9? No, maybe $10 or $20, $15, I think. Guy left them outside his house. I was on my way home from a client. It was Dallas, South Jersey. He was pick them up. I picked them up, left the money. He was fine. And they got some other games in here, some of my favorite ones. I mean, some of these games are actually complete, like the Mousetrap game's complete. Fantastic Voyage is complete. The Goldfinger, the Kreskins, those are complete. And then I got some other ones. This is actually one of my favorites, Goldrack, which is Goldrake to me, and it's Grendizer for those guys. And then these are some pieces from Mick. He got me. I bought some stuff from him, and these are the Steve Goalgetter figures. I'm not saying Steve. These are Franz Beckenbauer figures. Sorry, complete in the shorts. Then he's got the additional outfits and so on. Just some crazy stuff around here. Let's see, some of those. I'm actually going to find a place to get some of my comic books. I'm not really a collector, but I want to find some shelves to put them out because they're all put away right now. I'm going to start putting some other things out. I'm sure I'll rearrange them. I don't know why, but I have this incredible, so I can put a flashlight on here. This incredible passion for these Creos, and I don't want to turn it on. But these are, it's funny because these actually have a button. Let's see if I can do it. I don't want to do it there because. So that's supposed to be howling winds, scary noises, ghosts, screams. And it just makes different noises, and it's vibrating. So you can make it go different speed. Hold it. and then always screams Creo at the end. I like it because I love the people that they make for it. And they all do different things. This one, basically, I think they don't even make these anymore. This one, like this concept, but that's a haunted house. It glows in the dark. And when you turn on the other ones, if you look at these pieces, they have these rubber stands you can put them on. As it turns on, it vibrates. It's like the old football game. They move around the base. It's pretty funny. It's a little dusty and need to be cleaned up. Let's see. Got some Big Jim stuff. Try to get the McDonald's set out a little more. Trying to clear out these Batman shelves a bit to get them upstairs. There's just too much. Haven't been able to do all that. Straighten out some of the Big Jim stuff, the Big Jim buggies. I fixed both of these, so these both run. All of these Big Jims you see here, these are all samples. These are all salesman samples. They're all engraved with not for sale salesman sample. Because you could even the laser Captain Laser figure, and then these Barbie cars. Why does he have Barbie? They're the same as this, except the seats rock, but all the parts, the metal, everything pretty much is interchangeable. This Big Jim vehicle, if you guys ever looked at them closely from side by side, this one is the same as this without the motor in it, and you could technically convert it if you wanted to. Wow. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff. There's some really cool stuff, Harry. That's cool. You got a lot of good stuff here. What else do we have? Some Fighting Furies, of course. Trying to make the world's largest collection of the Ghost of Captain Kidd. There's one over there. I think I'm up to 18 because there's one over there. 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I have 18 of them. Trying to get to 20. That's my goal. And here's some other things which I haven't looked at in a while. These are some of my favorite 3 1/4 inch figures. These Legends of Cthulhu. They're really neat. I forget something Wonder something. I think I forget the company. Didn't make too many. I think there's one more figure, a bigger one that's out there, but pretty cool stuff. G.I. Joe, of course. Put out the Welcome Back Cotter set. You guys have probably seen that. What I'd really love to do is get the Big Jim Sky Commander out. That takes a lot of space, and I have to find room for it to do that. Finally was able to get all of the, I believe, all the versions of the Robot Man of the Maskatron knockoff figure, Robot Man of 4 Faces. That is my Lily Leedy $6 million man. It's not an American one. And I do have a package over there from Terry Jackson, Terry Mother in Jackson, who sent me a birthday present. He said, you can open it or you can wait. So I'm going to wait. So I think most of this stuff's the same. I was kind of sorting some of this out. I'll show you some stuff there. So sorting some of this stuff out and started putting these out over here. So these are either Mr. Action or Mr. Action knockoffs. These are actually flocked head knockoffs with movable joints. These are some of the outfits that they came with. That one's from Marcus. He's not a Mr. L.J. Jackson, Mr. Action knockoff. These came from Mick Drago in Germany. And so Mr. Action was here. He pretty much had a pretty limited posable body. Most part, these from Germany, they were sold under different names, and they had very posable bodies. I mean, more posable than like an 8-inch Mego, more like a G.I. Joe, which was cool. So I started getting them into their outfits. So I think these, if you take a very close look, in my opinion, I'm going to double check it and I'll do a side-by-side, but these, I think they ripped the head off from the LJN SWAT figure, Terry. And I'm pretty sure they ripped it off and put it into a 12-inch scale. I also have the only female figure he told me that they made that went to the series, basically a Mr. Action series. So I'm still sorting through some clothes here. You can see going through some of that. I was testing this G.I. Joe light, setting up the batteries to it. There's the motor, doing all kinds of stuff. Some other choice pieces, my wonderful playset, Mr. David Gunn. And if you guys haven't gotten into these, they're really hard to find. They're very expensive. So they made all these superhero cars. So they made the Tiger car, and then they changed the stickers and made the Fantastic Four car, or the other way around. They made the Spider-Man car, and then they changed the stickers a little bit, and they made the Black Widow. Hulk Jeep's on its own. I've never seen it in person. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even know these other ones existed without this. The Warrior Man has changed stickers from the Superman car. And what they did was, if you could see this paper, see what they did here? They actually took Starman, who's the Batman car, and they put it in the Batman box, and then they just stapled paper over it so you couldn't see Batman anymore. That's why you're seeing these papers here. Otherwise, it would have looked like this. It's very interesting. I think of this, I don't have the Fantastic Four, I don't have the Hulk, and I don't have the Spider-Man car. They're the only three I don't have. They're hard to find. I've seen the Spider-Man car sell a few times. I haven't got one yet. Working on it. And my friend Troy and I were talking because he's a big collector on these Empire vehicles. Most of his stuff is in the box. His vehicles are usually boxed. I have a couple boxes. He is looking for one of these, by the way. If anybody finds a Hulkcopter, they know someone wants to sell. He's looking for it. Just reach out to me and I'll let him know. But I got the Batcopter, and he has an extra Batcopter box. And bless his heart, he sent it to me. I told him I need to give him some moolah. And he said, no, we'll figure it out later. And he spent a shitload to get it here. And I mean, probably between the value of the box and what he spent in shipping, I definitely owe him money or something, for sure. This is anything. Let's see. That's some cool stock. Oh, thanks, Harry. Had all the evil stuff look like they. Yes, sorry, I didn't see your message. So the Ghost of Captain Kids, they do glow in the dark, and when they glow in the dark, they look like a skeleton glowing through the clothes. It's really neat. It's a neat figure. I'll put a picture up, or if you go to MyMegoLike.com and you go on the left to Matchbox 9-inch Matchbox Fighting Furies, you can see a picture of it glowing, I believe. Oh, I'm missing a lot of Planet of the Apes. Those Planet of the Apes figures you saw over there, those are knockoff. Those are Azrac Hamway. They're not Mego. And the reason I'm here is I have quite a few of these amphibious vehicles. The yellow ones are the most common. Somebody put some G.I. Joe stickers on it. But this is them. They came in different boxes. Let's see that inside. But the green ones are hard to get. So I've seen it with Army, and I've seen it with Action Man on it. And I think Danny Gates got the Action Man one. They're usually missing the steering wheel. This one's not, which was cool. And usually the stickers are messed up. But what I was able to come across, it's on its way. It should be here any day. There's a red one. Red, yes, with the steering wheel and all. So that's kind of cool. That's a neat thing. Oh, I love these Mr. Action Towers. I don't know why. They're the biggest pieces of crap, and I just love them. I love them. I'm finally getting complete ones with the hooks, the zip line. So this Mr. Action Mobile Tower is a ripoff of that G.I. Joe training tower, where you even had a rope. You go 10 feet, and G.I. Joe could swing down, which I may put out now that I have the room. But they had a similar thing where you could do that as well from here. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on. Haven't bought too many Tomlins lately. That collection kind of slowed down. And yeah, that's kind of, so these glow in the dark, I don't think they're going to do it for us. And you probably won't even see it on camera. Let me see if I can kill the light. We'll see if we can do a little, maybe we can get some camera action going here. Hang on. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it will, because I don't think this camera is going to pick up. Let's see. Maybe if lucky. Yeah, you can't really see. Nah, can't see. Sorry. They're glowing. And what they do is they glow. Did that even help? Now let's try this. Hold on. Well, anyway, if you take a look, you can see like white paint on them. So what happens is, and the clothes are see-through. So what happens is the whole figure glows, and all you see is a skeleton inside these kind of transparent clothes. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So sorry about that. Thought I could get away with that there. But anyway, yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're working on. I'm going to do some more separating here. I do got to get some other work done today for some clients, but look at the mess I have to clean up. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. So they are called, oh, what's up, Brian Sanchez? Thank you for joining us today. Your company is most welcome. They are called Matchbox Fighting Furies, the Ghost of Captain Kidd. Here, give me 1 sec. I'll give you something, Harry, to work with here. Let me see here. So this is what they look like. If Fighting Furies. Okay, he came in a box one of two ways. He either came in a box like this from Sears, which was black and white, or he came in a colored coffin box, which was neat. And they have these figures, they came in both Pirates and in Europe, Western. Western had a Kung Fu grip. They had basically axe throwing action, you could see here. And they all have this side button. If you press the button on their side, which you can see right there, they can throw a tomahawk, throw a knife, they can shoot a pistol, they can swing a sword. This is an original paperwork. But yeah, this is the Ghost of Captain Kidd one that was in this green, where the rest of them are either in white or that orange. So that's kind of a neat thing. But these are some of my favorite. And again, there goes a nice knife from them. This was something that I learned about many, many years ago from Ray Castile. And his Gallery Monster Toys. This one's actually cool if you haven't seen these. This peg leg comes off, that's usually missing. And inside it's a rolled up treasure map. It's only about that big. Very hard to get out once it goes in, but if you're careful, you can get it out of there. But yeah, there we go. By the way, there is a Big Jim Black Panther, which is the same as this tiger here. It's for $400. I got my tigers for less than 100. I think one for 100, and I think one for 75 or 80. But I ordered them from Germany, and the shipping was only 12 bucks, which is comparable to what you would pay here. So we have another one here. So if you're interested in getting them cheap, because everywhere here they want hundreds of dollars for those tigers, I would suggest looking over in Germany or another country. France, the shipping's been very high. England, the Royal Mail is extremely expensive. So I'd be careful with that. Oh, you've never heard of them? All right, so Harry, they came out in, I believe it was 73 to 76, I think, made by Matchbox. And very, very cool figures. Unfortunately, great accessories. Here, I'll give you a little, you might want to take a look. Here's a little better view of some of them. So I put some of them out. I don't have all the outfits out yet, but Captain Blood Adventure, God, I forget what these are. The Red Coat Adventure. This is missing a couple pieces. The Footed Falcon. There's a Samurai Warrior. So it was Captain Hook, or Hook in America, but Captain Hook overseas. So if you see a box that's Captain Hook instead of Hook, that's an overseas version. You want to get that. This is a very rare, expensive set, but that's Peg Leg. And then here's a Ghost of Captain Kidd. This is one of the ships. This is the long ship, folds into a little box, and then there's a playset ship that instead of cutting this way in the ship, they cut it this way. It's only a small section, but they had tons of accessories. It's just insane, absolutely insane. Bunch of them. The One-Eyed Pirate Adventure, and so on. Yeah, this is a spring-loaded cannon. It's pretty neat. So some cool stuff, lots of cool stuff. But yeah, as you go through, so stepping on shit. As you go through, I hope you find it. You'll find them all over eBay. You can find them in other places too. And if you have any questions, Harry, on price or stuff, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You should just reach out to me on MyMegoLike in the Facebook group, or message me or whatever, and I'll help you if you want. So an incomplete one of Captain Hook, yeah, that's actually inexpensive, to be honest with you. I've seen them broken go for more. One's over $250, and I had a broken foot, but he has so 250 is not unheard of. I've seen them go upwards of 500 if they have their parts, or most of them. They do break easily. I had a long discussion with Ray Castile about it once. And so they made them in England, they made them in the US. And the ones I believe we were talking about, I think in England, talking about how the plastic was more brittle, and they were more glow in the dark, but whatever the material they were using was the plastic was getting kind of crappy. And they break more, but the hat and the sword are very hard to find. Matter of fact, I wound up finding a shirt and pants from someone and ordered it, and he mailed it, and it didn't get tracked, and it got lost. He refunded me the money because he's a very good seller on eBay. But that was a shame because I could have used that. They're hard to find. But but if you find it in the box or in the coffin box, I mean, I've seen people want $700 for them. Crazy money. But to each his own. One actually sold, it was like brand new. It looked like it never been touched by human hands. I think that one for $700. It was beautiful. It looked like it just was made. It was unbelievable. But anyway, so be it. So I'm going to go back and do a little more of this stuff. Again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Feel free to like or subscribe or not. That's up to you. If you want to find out when I'm posting stuff, let me know. Been very inconsistent recently, but I do have some really cool stuff coming in. Feel free to join the Facebook group on MegoLike. Lots of good stuff going in there. We use a very open forum, and we allow very open conversation. Very open conversation. So we like to call it one of the last Facebook groups where you can get some freedom in there. Anyway, hope everybody's great. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be good. And to Brian Sanchez, peace, bitches.